Today, we re-embarking on a journey to one of the most fascinating and talked about destinations in our cosmic neighborhood, Mars, the legendary red planet. For centuries, it has captured our imagination, a fiery beacon in the night sky. But what's the story behind that distinctive reddish glow? It's rust, essentially. The surface of Mars is rich in iron oxide, the same compound that gives rust and blood their color. So, when you look at Mars, you're seeing a world literally covered in a fine layer of reddish dust. But this rusty world is far more complex and Earth-like than you might imagine. Let's start with a day in the life of Mars. A Martian day, which scientists call a sol, is surprisingly similar to our own. It lasts 24 hours and 39 minutes, just a little longer than an Earth day. Imagine having an extra 39 minutes every single day. What would you do with it? This similarity is due to their comparable rotation speeds. And just like Earth, Mars has seasons. Because its axis is tilted at about 25 degrees, very close to Earth's 23.5-degree tilt, Mars experiences spring, summer, autumn, and winter. However, a Martian year is much longer, about 687 Earth days. This means each season on Mars lasts roughly twice as long as it does here. So, if you love winter, a Martian winter might be your dream come true. But be warned, it gets incredibly cold, with temperatures plummeting far below anything we experience on Earth. Now, let's talk about the scenery. If you think Earth has dramatic landscapes, Mars will blow your mind. It's a planet of superlatives. Forget Mount Everest. Meet Olympus Mons. This is not just a volcano. It is the largest volcano in the entire solar system. It's a colossal shield volcano that stands nearly 13.6 miles high, almost 3 times the height of Everest. Its base is so wide, it would cover the entire state of Arizona. It's a giant so immense it defies our earthly sense of scale. Early astronomers could see it through telescopes, but they thought it was just a bright spot, which they named the snows of Olympus. They had no idea they were looking at the peak of a monstrous volcano. And if that wasn't impressive enough, let's journey over to Valles Marineris. This isn't your average canyon. The Grand Canyon on Earth would be a mere scratch next to this. Valles Marineris is a system of canyons that stretches for over 2,500 miles, which is about the width of the entire United States. In places, it's over 4 miles deep. If you were standing on one edge, you often wouldn't be able to see the other side. Scientists believe this gigantic rift wasn't carved by a river like our Grand Canyon, but was formed by tectonic stretching and cracking of the planet's crust billions of years ago. It's a massive scar on the face of Mars, a testament to a geologically active and violent past. Can you imagine the view from the rim of this canyon? It would be an awe-inspiring and perhaps terrifying panorama. So, you've got these incredible landscapes, but what's it like to actually stand on Mars and take a breath? Well, you wouldn't want to do that without a spacesuit. The Martian atmosphere is incredibly thin, less than 1% of the density of Earth's. It's made up of about 95% carbon dioxide, with just tiny traces of nitrogen and argon. This thin atmosphere can't retain heat very well, which is why Mars is so cold, even on a sunny day at the equator. But this unique atmosphere does create a rather beautiful spectacle. While we enjoy fiery red and orange sunsets on Earth, Mars has blue sunsets. The fine dust particles in the Martian air scatter red light forward. away from the observer's direct line of sight to the sun. This allows blue light to penetrate the atmosphere more directly, creating a cool, bluish glow around the setting sun. It's a hauntingly beautiful, alien version of a familiar earthly event. One of the biggest questions about Mars is, was there ever life? And the key to that question is water. For a long time, Mars was seen as a completely dry, dead world. But our rovers and orbiters have completely rewritten that story. We now have overwhelming evidence that Mars was once a much warmer and wetter planet. We see ancient riverbeds, dried-up deltas, and mineral deposits that could only have formed in the presence of liquid water. Rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance have explored what were clearly ancient lakebeds, filled with sedimentary rock layers that tell a story of a world with flowing rivers and standing bodies of water. So where did all that water go? Some of it was stripped away by solar wind after Mars lost its protective magnetic field, but a lot of it is still there. It's locked away as ice. We see massive ice caps at the poles, a mix of water ice and frozen carbon dioxide. And, excitingly, we've found evidence of huge glaciers of water ice buried beneath the surface. Even in the mid-latitudes, there might even be salty brines that can remain liquid at the frigid Martian temperatures. The search for water continues because where there's water, there's the potential for life. No tour of Mars would be complete without meeting its family. Mars has two small, potato-shaped moons named Phobos and Deimos. Their names mean fear and dread in Greek, fitting companions for the planet named after the Roman god of war. Unlike our large, spherical moon, these two are tiny and irregularly shaped. Phobos is the larger of the two, about 17 miles across, and it orbits Mars incredibly closely. It whips around the planet 3 times a day, rising in the west and setting in the east. Deimos is smaller and orbits farther out. Scientists believe they might be captured asteroids pulled into Mars's gravity long ago. Phobos is on a collision course with Mars. In about 50 million years, it will either crash into the planet or be torn apart by its gravity, forming a temporary ring around Mars. So, from its rusty surface and giant volcanoes to its blue sunsets and hidden water, Mars is a world of contrasts and mysteries. It is the most Earth-like planet we know, yet it's also profoundly alien. This combination is what makes it so compelling. It's a stepping stone, a place where we can test the technologies and strategies needed to become a multiplanetary species. Agencies like NASA and private companies like SpaceX are actively planning missions to send humans to Mars in the coming decades. The challenges are immense: the long journey, the radiation, the hostile environment, but the dream of walking on another planet is a powerful one. Imagine the day we see the first human footprints in that red dust next to the tracks of our robotic rovers. It will be a monumental achievement for all of humanity. Mars isn't just a destination, it's our next great frontier. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey to the Red Planet. And if you enjoyed this cosmic adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration. Until next time, keep looking up.